Alright. Hey, Salt. Hey there, ho there, hi there. Rumbutt here. Not really any point in delaying any further. I got a Dr. Pepper. I'm drinking that to help me stay awake. I'm gonna switch over to this. As you can see, here's the full game. 1 hour, 2 minutes. Chat is in the left hand. It took me a little while to figure out the best place to put chat for this. Because it's like, because obviously the game has a bunch of different screens, right? You have like, you know, you've got a bunch of different, like you've got your exploring and your dialogue and your regular exploring and your dialogue and your dungeons and your combat, etc, etc, etc. So I didn't want to like, I mean, I could have, well, no, it would have been more work to like boot up the game to do that. So I didn't boot up the game to do that. I didn't boot up the demo to do that. Instead, I just went and got screenshots from, actually from my own stream. I went to my own stream and I like grabbed, I like scanned through. Lower the volume of the game input. Okay, yeah. Yeah. We're not going to be listening to this for much longer because I'm going to switch over to the thing. 1 second. So, I made a YouTube playlist. I made a YouTube playlist of all the trailers except for the launch trailer. Yeah. I mean, you can't really control the music levels. You can't really control the levels on the PS5 home screen. I will be able to turn the music down in the game, and I did do that. Here we are. We are now on my yapping screen, and hopefully this works. You can't really read the chat because it's... But anyway, we're going to watch the trailers, and we're going to talk about the trailers, and then I'm going to go in, and I will show you at least the dragon fight, maybe also the Folkuo fight on hard, and show how easy they are and how everybody gets them wrong. Because I've seen guides on how to do it on hard, and they've been bad. It's kind of ridiculous. And also look at one cutscene from the demo that I think probably has the single most important shot, definitely in the demo, and perhaps in the entire fucking story of the whole damn game. But we're going to start with the trailers. These are in chronological order. They're only missing the demo trailer and the launch trailer. The demo trailer because it's shit we've seen already. And the launch trailer because that shit will possibly get me copyright struck. And fuck that. Or at least VOD muted. And fuck that as well. So here we go. Trailer watching time.
僕を覚えてるか？
国民の信託を最も集めし者が次なる王となる資格を得るものとする。陛下のお命が奪われるなど。
Is that they changed the Japanese voice actor?
定めを課せられし子よ、憂いを抱える旅人よ。
こいつが俺の凱旋者だ。
果たして誰が次の王か。
己自身に命じなさい。内なる英雄の姿に変われと。
真の王を志すならば打ち勝ってみせよう。
僕のいる世界の出来事は君にとっては恐ろしい。
まさか人間？
この国は今有史以来の危機にさらされている。どうやら面白い力を手にしたようだ。
And you can hear that they changed the voice actor.
覚悟そのものだ。
これこそ人間の真実だ。
I'm playing in the sub.
道は二つに一つ。
また
I consider I seriously consider dub, but like no.
正義かどうかじゃない。
誰もが恐れと不安に負けそうで。
理想を貫く
け。何が正しいのかわからない。
全ての始まりはあなたの持つ小
That's
説。
interesting.
幻想はただの絵空事なんかじゃない。
Did the gain on my mic get reduced or something? 1 second. I need to adjust some volume settings and whatnot, obviously.
Play it on Xbox Series X and S.
Also, there's all the Xbox ads. 1 second. Let me pause this really quick and see how hard I go in the mic, because I'm a loud motherfucker, and typically speaking, it should be louder. Maybe I do need to do one of those compression settings. 1 second. Let me see if I can do one of those on here. No, not like that. Wait. Yeah, okay, that's... Yeah, okay, that's the correct setting. Okay. Advanced properties. Is there a... I don't know where the fucking... Is it on here? Oh, it's on here. Okay. I haven't done this before. Pat said that these really work pretty well. I don't know if the default setting will do it. I'm just gonna put this default setting on. This is also a different mixer than I usually use. I'm gonna put this default setting on and see how it works. Now, can you hear me now? Like right now? Like as I'm talking without anything else going on? Because like also I've got like, okay. Also I've got like weird things going on with audio as well, because like this is like PC audio and it's like, hang on. That could also be, no, that's the setting I usually have it at. Okay. You know what? It's probably because like I don't usually play audio to the stream from this thing. So like my PC audio connection that I'm using right now is the connection that I typically use for incoming from Discord and also for the PC sounds, like the stream alerts and stuff like that when I'm on the console. What this means is that the audio is obviously set, the dials are set differently, right? So I don't usually use this as like a main source. So that might be affecting it as well. Okay, so second trailer. Let's see if this
It's a
compressor
story
works.
about a world very different from ours.
Now,
It is a
obviously,
world where all people are equal
these
and
trailers,
no conflict exists, much like the world His Highness once
go
dreamt of.
into
To put it another way,
English dub
this
after the first
is
one.
a
The first one's
fantasy.
only Japanese. I can put on closed captions for this as well if you want them. Although I don't know how good they are.
king is dead.
Without an heir to wear the crown.
Is this audio sounding better now?
Magic.
The fortress at the border
I don't know if, like, if it is, I don't know if it's the compressor because I turned down the knob on the
Who
mixer.
deserves his crown? A man of proven strength.
The people of my land desire a new king, and I shall provide.
Welcome one and all to the inauguration of the tournament for the
So, yeah, there's obviously a lot of stuff going on in these trailers. There's not, I mean, you know, when I see the things that, okay, by the way, also, it's like, you gotta figure out sometimes, if you normally listen to, if you're normally in the sub, you have to, like, figure out, wait, which character is that in the dub? And it's like, that Scottish guy, the Scottish guy is the fucking necromancer. It took me a while to figure that out.
You gave up on your hopes, but I will not.
Now let's see what manner of story you'll weave.
Let's do it. You'll be a hero. Trust me.
Yeah, but they significantly changed. They either the performance changed or the actor changed for more in the Japanese. Because in that first trailer, he's got a very Igor vibe, and in the second trailer, and after that, obviously he's got a different voice going on. Oh yeah, no. Okay, so no, this is the thing, Tara. Let's talk about fucking Moore and his deal, because there's a couple of things I noticed. Number one, it's right now, Tara, correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you are better at identifying Japanese voices than I am. But at the start of the game, when you're looking at the book and you're entering the player name, the suspicious man who's speaking to you and asks you the questions, that's the same voice as Moore, right? Like, that's the same, that's Moore, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that that's Moore. It's the same voice, right? Yeah. Okay, so this is the interesting thing that I think that I noticed. Because obviously I've been listening to it in Japanese, in the Japanese sub. I think, and I might be remembering this incorrectly, but I think in that scene, for his pronoun, he uses watashi. And when we speak to him in Academia, when he supposedly lost his memories, he uses boku. I think in the cutscene with the book, and once again, this is playing into my theories that I have about what's going on. I think when we're speaking to him about the book at the start, when we enter the player name, we're speaking to Moore, who has his memories before his memories got wiped. Which is why he's the scheming man at that time. And then later, that's why that's his descriptor. And then later, when we get introduced to him, I believe it doesn't say scheming man, it says something else. And then we get his name, and obviously that replaces it. So yeah, no. I think Moore without his memories right now is technically speaking trustworthy. But as soon as he gets his memories back, fuck that dude. I think that's what's going on. I think because he doesn't have his memories, he's just a curious guy. And I think as soon as he gets his memories back and remembers what he was trying to do, we're fucked. And we're gonna get him his memories back because he gets his memories back through the fucking bond.
I truly believed that I might end the strife and discrimination that plagued our people across nigh endless years.
A land grotesque as its people. Let us speak of the old vulture's last grasp at power. The tournament.
I do gotta say, I do love Louis' English voice acting. I think the voice actor there is nailing it.
Already too. Poor bastards went after something too
Like
nasty
obviously.
for their headhunt.
A land full of
Oh yeah,
fellow
no.
humans, with people either running or going
Like I said,
mad.
I think that the reason why Moore is where he is because he was kidnapping people from our world.
Hitting us while we're asleep is dirty fighting.
I think he was doing some shit. I think he kidnapped us and we're the prince. I think the player is the prince.
You're in this race to become king, are you?
Not exactly.
I'd treat all tribes equally.
Each ally of a different tribe. Fascinating. Fear and
Now,
anxiety.
there's
They
speculation
always lead the
as to
people
who the last party member is.
This place,
And
it isn't a utopia.
I haven't really... There it is. There's that line. This place, this isn't a utopia.
Die alongside you.
Right?
I will not let you die in vain.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There's a reason why he's scheming man back then and he uses a different pronoun.
Folks he doesn't find useful.
It is a new dawn, and its light shines upon Lord Luis's king.
Yes, that's the necromancer saying that. The new dawn light shines upon Lord Luis. I didn't realize until I fucking saw that scene in English, right? That it was like, oh, that's the
I
necromancer.
must clear my head of these fantasies. In the end, clinging to a dream will do me no good.
Knowing all this, I shall claim the ideals you abandoned and finish it in your stead.
So that right there, I'll claim the ideals you abandoned and finish it in your stead. Oh yeah, no. Like, so, like, one of the things that I know, which is from it's not from like getting spoiled, it's from like official like trailers and shit that they put out, is that there ends up being like a tournament setup to like give people the ability to like organize the contest, because obviously it's like actually like pure magical democracy, and in order to organize the contest and give people a chance to promo, they organize a tournament. And so the reason why your team joins the tournament,
It is said that we all have inherited
the reason why your team joins the tournament is to get close to Louis, to figure out something, because obviously you can't kill him because the magic will stop you. Because he's too far up. So it's like to try and figure out a way to try and like get in there, to try and figure out some other way to circumvent the curse. That's like the initial thing that's going to be going on.
Virtues deep within us.
Once we get past, the dungeon. So this is the archetype trailer. There's not really much going on in this trailer. We can probably skip it. Oh wait, no, hang on. Actually, hold on. Let's go back.
It is said that we all have inherited heroic virtues deep within us.
This is more.
The reality is, we oppress. We fight.
Okay, so I've heard that line from more in Japanese as well. Not over, and I don't remember where I saw it. But I fucking heard it in Japanese. I think that the line about the reality is, I don't know about that, Salt. Well, okay, no. Actually, my theory is that Louis is the real prince. And that the prince was a kidnapped kid who was a pawn for whatever fucking shit Moore was doing. And that Louis was actually the real prince. All along. Because, like, look at the fucking prince. Where are his fucking horns, man? But anyway, this line about, like, the reality is, oppress and fight, all that stuff. That's memories back more. That's got his memories more.
A great evil flows through this land. You have found a way to wield true magic.
See, these are all more lines, but they're... Like I said, he's either an Elda or he's a human that hasn't turned into a weird fruit. Right?
Many more protectors and followers.
That's what I think. I think the prince is us as the player,
lie dormant within them.
And that more talk when we talk to him and give the player name, more is fucking reaching through to pull us into the world. But we're the prince and we're young, right? And just talking to him, and then he, right? I think that's what happened.
An archetype whose existence was only theoretical. You wield power now.
That's the trailer, obviously, that they had for when they introduced the job system. This is the story trailer. This one's pretty good.
If I haven't lost him, you too would abandon me.
Obviously, we've seen this stuff. We have the context for it now.
Is this the price of my failure, then?
Oh yeah, the good thing about the someone from every tribe thing is, based on what I know, there is in fact one person on the team for every tribe. Although obviously, Grius counts. Nurus doesn't, like, we don't get a playable bird.
His Highness survived the attack,
but he's the pilot.
hanging over him was
But we get a
powerful,
playable from everybody
complex.
else, right?
If we don't hurry and find a way to get close to Luis, we're sunk.
See that bit? We don't hurry and find a way to get close to Louis. We're sunk.
and barriers everywhere they look in society.
I've been reading, and I hope that someday we can make our kingdom like the place in this book.
A world with no
Most
need for
important
that
cutscene in the whole
abstract
game
meaning
right there
we know
that
as
they just showed a
magic.
clip of, which I'm
You
gonna
carry
fucking
a
play us
certain
through again
fantasy novel,
to
hence,
point out the most important shot.
It was my hand that penned it.
Dreamers like you are always the first to die. You think he's one of Luis's men? The villagers plead to be spared, but I know better than to confront a human. You left one survivor.
Certainly. It was the first village to be destroyed by the human menace.
Also, you hear that? That's a discussion with Louis about Halia, probably, right?
I suppose it's only a matter of time until Luis takes the throne.
Heed me, O kingless.
I do still love the fact, like, and by love I mean hate.
Whosoever hath
I
truly
hate the fact that
earned
people
the
are like,
greatest faith
oh,
of the
Louis was just
citizenry
improvising, he
shall
didn't have a plan. It's like,
ascend the
no,
throne and crown by right
idiot.
of kings.
He had a fucking plan that he was
throne's
running
in
for like
anyone's
12,
reach, eh?
maybe 15
Suppose the
years, the
king's
whole
magic
time he was in the
wasn't just
military.
a myth.
Let's enter this tournament for the throne.
And
What?
he was about
Wait
to
just a
win.
minute.
He was
This
literally
could be
at
just
the
the
finish line of
excuse
his
we
plan.
need to get
Also,
close
by the
to
way, I
Luis.
love her. She's
A
mean.
really bad man might be our king. Why?
The tragedy of the royal
Uh,
family is only the
Or at
beginning.
least I assume she's mean. Listen,
What would you say
listen.
to an alliance?
I have,
We were with him, but we couldn't protect him.
but yeah,
I'm sorry.
no, so like he had a plan. He had a plan, and he was running his fucking plan for 15 goddamn years.
Count Luis gave us a dream to fight for.
He was running his plan for 15 goddamn years, and he was at the finish line. He was at the culmination of his 15-year plan to become king.
Are you ready?
And then the king's ass pull failsafe triggers and stops him 30 seconds from the finish line. And yeah, then he starts fucking improvising. Of course he starts fucking improvising. He just had fucking ass pull god magic wreck his plan when he was 30 seconds away from the finish line. But he had a plan. It was a good plan. It was a plan that worked. It was gonna work. People saying Louis didn't have a plan. Fucking. I'm sorry. Saying Louis didn't have a plan is so fucking stupid.
Is fit to be king.
People may struggle to trust a king whose face they do not know.
I want to protect this country and
Now,
its people.
once we get into the full game, pretty much almost I'm gonna be doing the first story dungeon almost immediately because so I checked the guide. I didn't check any further than the 3 days that we got. But I was checking for a specific thing, which by the way, it's not a spoiler-free guide, so I didn't fucking do anything beyond like checking a couple of days. Sometimes they make spoiler-free guides. I wouldn't have used it anyway. But fucking oh, this is the butt dungeon.
Can you smell it? There's change in the air.
That's a pretty funny
Looks
line.
like we've got
It's a pretty funny line if it happens right there where I think it happens.
Hot on his trail.
So what was I saying? Oh right, the guide thing. I wouldn't use the guide anyway. There's also fucking like some fucking stupid ass fucking shit that I won't be doing that someone suggested, and I'm just like, no, that doesn't sit in the spirit of the game.
There are a lot of people in the crowd who have never supported you. How are you going to respond to that?
But so the thing I checked about the guide, is shit unlocks after you do the first dungeon. So like I kind of like when we had the 3 days, other than doing the optional dungeon, which sucked. Also, that's the full that fly thing at the end there. That one at the end. That's the Master Seeker archetype. That's the Soul Hacker. pretty sure. And then here's my favorite trailer, and this is actually the last trailer we have on the docket, I think.
Our destination is Port Brilehaven, the capital
Oh,
of the
this trailer
Western
has an
Principality
important
of
fucking thing in
Oceania.
it.
Our first trial is to slay a
This
monster.
trailer has an
We
important
take its
thing in
head
it.
as proof, then get it to the goal line before the deadline.
But it's at the
The
end,
bigger the
so
head, the better.
If it's not impressive enough, Luis won't look twice at you.
yeah.
Don't
See,
worry.
that's where
I
they're
know what I'm
talking,
doing.
right? Like they're trying to get like impressive enough that Luis
How long is
will
the journey to
fucking
Brilehaven?
hang out with them.
4 days. Not to brag, but this
so-
old duck's craft might be the fastest in the kingdom. Got a
Like
bit of a trip
the
ahead of us, so
S-links
feel
for
free to
like
put your feet up, eh?
the S-links for Stroll and Hulkenberg
Here we go.
unlock
Finally,
after
some
you do the
fun.
first dungeon, and other stuff unlocks as well. And so
fauna everywhere I look.
when I was in the
Roasted
demo, I was
larvae
like
of the
limited
giant
in terms of
sandbag.
things that I
It's a
could do because I
unique
couldn't get that
texture, but the
unlocked.
taste
So I was
is
like, it was
divine.
difficult to
Time to
like
get back
look
to
for
work.
Right
good
then.
things to do.
Let's get this plan underway.
So I'm gonna be doing the first dungeon like immediately because that way
Stop this
it'll,
infighting.
you know, I'll have stuff unlocked. Almost immediately. I might like,
looking for.
I might
It's
get
about
wisdom
whoever
done on the
can bring
first
in the
day
biggest
just so that I can
monster, right?
purify
If you
the
imbeciles
sword and the
can't even
church.
get that
You'll see the
straight,
sword.
you've
I'll show
no
you the sword.
chance
It's
of
fucking
winning.
cool.
You would count your new friends as reliable warriors, correct?
We've overcome plenty of obstacles. Let's believe in the strength that got us this
Listen,
far.
listen. I feel personally targeted by Juna's design and her character concept. It's fucking.
Almost feels like everything we thought we knew about the world was wrong.
Although the character concept, as I know it currently,
Is full of unsavory sorts.
okay.
What say we work together?
The more comrades and supporters who stand beside you, the more your power will deepen as you soar to new heights.
And those are sounds. I feel quite.
So we're gonna be getting to the really important thing in the trailer here in a second, and I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna fucking pause it when we get to it.
I'd
Oh,
thought for
that's
a
another
long
important
time
thing.
that
Wait,
if I
wait, wait, wait,
wanted
wait,
to
wait.
feel
Hold on.
accepted-
Hold on. Since we can't do the other one, since we can't do the launch trailer, hold up. That's the fucking Royal Scepter, right? There was a part in one of the earlier trailers that we watched where fucking Short King had it as well. But that's Louis with the Royal
I'd
Scepter
thought
right
for
there.
a long time that if I wanted to feel accepted, I'd need power, status. I just needed allies, friends.
You're already one of us.
I am glad we travel as friends.
And we've both got something we'd fight to protect.
Oh, there we go. It upgrades to a fucking airship. That's our fucking gauntlet runner. It gets wings. It gets wings at the end of the game. It gets to fly at the end of the game. It becomes an airship. There it is.
Change the world by thine own hand. Venture forth. Thy journey shall reveal thy soul's mission.
Because it explicitly does not have that capability at the start. Because we know from what they fucking talked about. In fact, I think it was in the compendium in the demo, is that Louis has the only Skyrunner. Like, he has the only Skyrunner. Everybody else has to run regular Gauntlet runners, and he has the only flying Gauntlet runner. Right? So that's part of like, now, the launch trailer is cool. I linked it in the Discord because I can't play it on stream without getting shit muted. Anyway, let's see how this runs. Okay, we're gonna swap this back over, and we won't be getting any sound from that until I swap my inputs back over. So I need to, cause like, oh no, not that. Oh god. Okay, there we go. And that's loud. And I don't have the compressor on that, so 1 second. Let me fix this really quick. So we still got 30 minutes until the full thing unlocks, right? Okay. 1 second. Let me try to fix this game audio. Yep. Okay. Oh yeah. It was probably some. I didn't even read that shit. Like, I bought this shit before the fucking demo came out. Shut the fuck up. Let's see. Let's try to put this compressor on the PS4 thing as well. Where was that? That was on here. Wait. How did I do that? Filters. Add. Let's see if I can put a compressor on this. Okay. Oh. Right. Okay. Let's see if that helps with the audio. I don't know if it will. I have my like knobs on my thing turned back the way they were before. Let me know if it's any better. Of course, this is a quieter part of the song too. Anyway, I'm gonna grab some water before I continue yapping, so I'm gonna be right back, like very quickly. Just gotta grab some water. Okay, so now we're going to go back into the demo. I'm going to show you a couple of things. The first of which is what I think is definitely the most important thing in the demo, and probably the most important thing in the entire fucking game, story-wise. And fortunately, it's a cutscene that a save goes right into. I didn't even have to set anything up for this. When I went to go do the other thing that I had to do, it was already there. The cutscene was already set up. Okay. So yeah, skip that. Yes. I know. I've seen you a million times. Okay. Load. Okay, so. Let's see. This one? Yes. Okay, so we're gonna go here. We're gonna go here. And we're gonna watch this cutscene. Okay? This cutscene is the most important scene in the game. I'm pretty sure. And not only is this the most important cutscene in the game, it's a particular shot. A particular shot and the lines that accompany it. Because like Moore's like, oh, you have a mysterious power. This is the moment. This is the moment Short King gets his unique ability. Well, not quite. Not quite yet. This is the most pivotal moment in the entire story. This bit right here is the bit that changes everything and sets everything up. Pay attention to these lines in particular. He needs to be a hero.
先頭に立って困難を打ち倒す人のことさ。父上から教わったんだ。この国にはかつてそんな英雄がたくさんいたって。
Okay.
だから諦めない。どんな生まれの人でも自分の未来は信じていられる。
Oh yeah.
そんな理想の国をね。笑われるかもしれないけど。
Here it comes. Here it comes.
きっとできるさ。
Okay, here comes the important line. Right?
いつもそうだった。苦しい時に君がいたから どんなことも乗り越えられた。叶えよう。君ならなれるよ。
You'll be a hero, trust me. And then the handshake, the Bond picture. Also, this is when the prince goes into a coma, obviously. But that was the first Bond. Your first Bond isn't with Moore. Your first Bond is with the prince. Your first Bond is with the prince, and the power that the prince gives Short King is the power to awaken archetypes in other people. And he got it there. He got it there. Anyway, we're gonna skip the rest of this. Oh god, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. Can I like back out of this? Let me see if I can. Yeah, I can't go to the menu here, so I'm just gonna have to close the game. I'm gonna close the game, and then we're gonna load the game back up. Yeah. Because the thorns went into him and then they came out of him, right? But yeah, so that's, I think, the most important. That's where everything comes from, right? Because that moment, he says to the prince, "You'll be a hero, trust me," and then hand clasps, and it's the exact. It's not even like, because some of the handshakes are slightly different for some of the different Bonds. It's the exact handshake of the Bond animation. It's the exact one, right? Okay. So now we're gonna load up and we're not gonna have cutscenes. So this is immediately after beating that first human. This is just to show the bug, because I had a save here, but I had already picked up the bug. So this is the extraordinarily missable bug. You load in after the cutscenes, and you're facing this way, and it's directly behind you. Bug. Alright. We still got plenty of time. So, we're now gonna go, and we're gonna do, first, let's see. So, you might notice I have 2 of these. We're gonna go over here. I'm gonna show the clean version of this boss fight on hard difficulty. Settings. So, obviously, y'all saw me do this fight kind of scuffed on normal. Twice. I'm gonna do it good. So. Alright, so we start with Short King in the back. And our 2 warriors up front. It's got the ice weakness, so we blast. And then we... This is pretty simple. This is pretty basic, right? And then we get another one in. Boom. So we get 2 extra turns there. Now this is the point at which calculations need to start. Okay. Let's see. We are on... And then it's going to go 1... So we're going to get 5 turns. So we're going to go... Grius is number 1. Then Short King is number 2. Stroll is number 3. Grius is number 4. That means Grius can get in an extra hit before having to go to the back line. So, unless we get fucked by RNG. So, Boom. Back up. Regular attack. Back up. Regular attack. Waste your turn. Notice it only got to do one action. And it only got to do one action because it missed. And we forced it to miss. We forced it to miss by putting everyone in the back row. It's not going to do that anymore, by the way. We've pushed it too fast, so now it's going to do all target attacks. Which is fine, because it's fucking dead. God damn it, Grius. Grius just had to fucking miss. That's fine. That's fine. Don't miss again, Grius. So Grius kind of fucked it for us. Okay, we're good. We probably don't need to care. Yeah. Okay. And there we go. And then that's that one, right? Grius, you don't deserve a level up. Fuck off. Okay. Now. That's whatever. Who cares? We've seen that before. That's fine. You know what y'all haven't seen? You haven't seen the dragon, right? You want to see the dragon? Let's do the fucking dragon. I'm also going to do the dragon on hard. Okay, so what I did here was after doing that fight on normal, the first time around, I went on mage and I fucking farmed up until all of our MP was back. And that's the reason why, if you look at the saves, you can see that 1 hour 6. So it was like 50. It was like 10 minutes of farming, right, to just get HP back. So now we just go. I said I was gonna do it on hard, so I'm gonna do it on hard. So the important thing for the dragon, which technically speaking you can use. Hey, listen, that's, you know, not necessarily, technically speaking you can use this, you know, I'm down. Technically speaking you can use this on Folquio, but like, why would you? You can buy the ice chunks from the merchant dude. They're good for the dragon, because the dragon's weak to that shit. So actually, I'm going to try a slightly different strategy here, especially because we have time to kill, right? Especially because we have time to kill. I'm going to try a slightly different strategy. Okay, we've seen this cutscene, so... yeah. So the slightly different strategy is something I only learned from watching other people fight the dragon, and I did think that they were not doing it as good. Oh, actually, I shouldn't fast forward this. Y'all haven't seen this. But I did notice something about its attacks. So I'm gonna try a new strategy.
ドラゴンを甘く見すぎというものだ。とはいえ、幸いこいつはそこまで大きな個体じゃない。追い払うくらいな
Now
らなんとか
apparently
でき
you
る
never come back to you can never come back to this dungeon in the full game. So this is your one shot at it.
相手の行動を見極める。
You gotta do it.
危険な攻撃が来
And
る
it's
と感
worth
じたら
it.
防御
By
を
the way,
固めて
it's
やり過ご
fucking
す。
worth it.
こんな場所で命を捨てるなよ。行くぞひよっこども。
Yes, yes, I know. Okay, so we're starting off here. I'm gonna have 2 people in the back row and 1 person in the front row. And the person in the front row is gonna be fucking Grius. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3. So, right, okay. Yeah, okay. So we gotta put you in the back row. Oh, but that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so now we go here. And we hit him with 1. Right? And that gives us an extra turn. And then from here we also hit him with 1. And that gives us an extra turn. And then we hit him with a spell. And that gives us an extra turn. I forgot that we get 6 turns here. And then from back here we hit him with this. And it's not going to do that much damage. And then from here, hit him with this. It's not going to do that much damage, but it's fine. And then, because we're doing damage, hit him with that. Right? So we used 2 of our ice things. Okay. So from here, another ice thing, and another ice thing. That's 2 extra turns. 3 extra turns. Stroll's in the back, so he's the one that we're gonna have drop. I think fairy dust here. Right? And you're in the front, so you hit him with the diagonal slash. And then you're doing this for damage. Nice. Not so nice. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, so now this is our last ice chunk. Since it's the last ice chunk, do we use it on Stroll? Yeah, I think we still use it on Stroll. Okay. Hit there, right? Now Grius, instead of using the ice chunk, is going to heal Short King. Short King hits him with the Blizz. Now, Corrosive Acid. Okay. Ow. Ow. Okay, so now Stroll is our healer, by the way. Nice. That was a good one. Just in case. Nice. Nice. That's who we want to hit. So, the reason why I have this formation instead of having Stroll also at the front or everybody in the back is because The dragon has an AoE physical attack that hits everybody in the same row. So, we're gonna hit it. So, if you have 2 people in the back row and 1 person in the front row, you minimize the damage you're gonna take. We can still spend him. We're not putting him up front because we don't want to do that. Ow. Holy shit. Okay. And I don't think we'll use another corrosive. Is that gonna kill? No. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. We're now killing. This is... If this doesn't kill, but it does. Okay. And you get all this shit. This doesn't even fucking matter. Who cares? This shit doesn't even matter. Who cares? And then it flies away, and it still does the same thing where you have to fucking run away and all that shit. Okay. We managed to drive it off. Had to fend off a dragon. You fuckers are crazy. Maybe we were just lucky. My heart sank the moment the dragon woke up. You'd need to have... If you wanted to kill a dragon like that, you would need a gauntlet runner. It would certainly make our return to Grand Trad easier. Only the most prominent nobles have the means to secure one for themselves. Isn't that a treasure chest? Why, yes, Gallica, it is. And it's totally fucking worth it. So anyway. Oh, like an item. Okay, who cares? Oh, an item. Who cares? Oh, an item. Who cares? Look at this shit! Okay, that's a massive upgrade. By the way, you can fucking purify this at the church, and it gets another, like, 30 attack, and also becomes a fire... hits fire weakness. So yeah, it's fucking worth it. It's fucking worth it. Anyway. That's that. Let's see. Now, where is my actual save? Should be this one, right? Should be this one. I've gone through 4, maybe 5 times. Have I gone through 5 times? Yeah. Okay. Now let's just double check everything to make sure that I have everything correct. So, as you can see, he's equipped with this shit. Can't purify it yet because you need Wisdom 2 to do that. Let me just check and make sure all my shit is in order. This can get purified as well. You know, I haven't really had the chance to do anything. Okay, yeah, yeah. Let's check my archetypes. Yeah, I got this leveled up all the way to level 7, of course. So I've got all my shit. And synthesis skills inherited Tarakaja. Okay, that's all good. Hasn't inherited anything because he can't. And yeah, okay. This is all good. This is all good. Okay. Cool. Let me just... My base stats, right? Yeah, okay, cool. They're all even, which is what I want. Because I think... I'm pretty sure that the game really wants you to, like, level all this stuff evenly. There was some dumbass who was going on about, like, what was it? Was going on about how magic doesn't affect synthesis attacks, but they were, for their demonstration, they were using a whatchamacallit? They were using a monk synthesis attack, and it was a light attack, but shit, I'm not on Seeker. 1 second, I need to switch to Seeker. Okay, now. Look at this. This says it deals weak magic wind damage to all enemies as a synthesis skill. Heavy physical strike damage. That makes sense. Heavy physical light damage. I am pretty sure that the synthesis skill on Monk that deals light damage deals physical light damage, which means it's affected by strength, which means your test to see if synthesis skills were affected by magic is invalid. Synthesis skills are affected by your magic stat, I'm pretty sure, as long as it says it deals magic damage as opposed to physical. This is light damage, but it's physical light damage. It's just like the sword that I gave to Stroll deals physical fire damage, which means it's still based off of his strength stat. Now, obviously, it doesn't do that yet, because I haven't purified it, but it does do that. It does physical fire damage, right? That's how it works. I'm pretty sure. Now, and they were using that to be like, oh, well, you know, physical, strength is going to be better. And it's like, no. Here's what I think. I think the protagonist is supposed to be able to do everything. I think Short King is supposed to be able to hit everything. Is supposed to be able to use every archetype, so your stats should be even. And also, luck is most useful on your main character. On other characters, luck is not as useful, because on other characters it only affects the crit rate and doesn't affect your like item discovery and stuff, right? So you want, if there's any character that's going to have luck, it's going to be Short King. So you actually want the luck one, because it keeps your other stats even, and it gives you a bunch of luck. You actually want luck. Stroll is going to be strength. He's going to be strength. He's also got endurance. He kind of needs it because his HP is low. But see, this is the way you're going to fucking do it, right? So you can get stat incenses. And the stat incenses increase your stats, as you might imagine. So those are the ways you're going to compensate for the fact that you can't, like, fully blast stats on your other characters the way you can on the MC, because they just have their fixed stat growths. You're just going to throw strength incense on the Stroll, right? You're going to throw probably strength incense onto Hulkenberg. When you get other characters, you're going to throw magic incense on them. You're going to use your incenses on your other characters, and you're not going to use them on Short King, because on Short King, you're going to be directing the stat growth. And you should be directing it to be even. Anyway, the game unlocks in 4 minutes. So I'm going to quit the demo. Buy now. I don't need to buy it now. Okay. I'm gonna go refill my water again. What time is it for you now, Tara? Like, you've been up since 7 your time, so what time is it for you now? Okay. I've been up since 5 my time, and it is currently 10 my time. But I'm a fucking weirdo. I was just like, up since 7, huh? Says the stupid... Up since 7, huh? Says the stupid motherfucker who gets up at 5 every day. Yeah. Even on a day like today, where it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna be going into this. Oh yeah, no, Steam's kind of fucky. How's it going, Clark? Thanks for following. Yeah, I think like Steam's weird. Of course, the thing about PlayStation is the accurate timer on PlayStation doesn't even necessarily mean anything. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Also, once again, let me know if the compressor is working. I think it's working. I can't fucking tell because it goes into my ears before it hits the compressor on OBS, obviously. It looks like the levels are not like going as high as they did, so. But I don't know if it's helping to even it out so that my voice comes through a little bit more when this music on the PlayStation dashboard is happening. Okay. I need to go refill my water really quick. It'll be quick.